Did it go the way I expected? I think I just didn't know what was gonna happen. I was just like, I needed to know what was gonna happen, but I couldn't guess it.
Cobra Kai.
Kidding.
Bonsai, I'm the Cobra Kai Kid, and today I am joined by Belena Rivero, who plays Leah on Cobra Kai Season 4. How are you doing today, Melena?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing great. Very excited to be speaking to you. It's crazy because, I know you were like commenting on my post before Season 4 came out. We knew you were going to be in the show, and I'm like, I had no idea what your character was going to be doing. I remember this happened with Season 3. Season 3, there were a couple people who were announced for the show, like Barrett Carnahan, who played young Kreese, and I'm like, who's this guy gonna play? And then you see the season, so I was shocked by your role.
Oh, thank you. I built the suspense.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure if like maybe you would have like one scene as a West Valley student, or maybe you'd be a Cobra Kai student, but I absolutely loved your role. I think it was just so fresh and awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So I'm really excited to do this interview. And also, we want to announce that we're going to be raising money for the Joshua's Heart Foundation, which I know you are working with. So do you want to explain to everyone what the foundation is and what your role is in particular with helping them?
Yeah, so Joshua's Heart Foundation is basically they do a lot of food drives. I volunteer some food drives. It's to stomp out world hunger. So we do like care packages for the homeless and everything. I used to be a part of the junior advisory board. So the main like thing about it is we want like kids to be a part of it mainly. So the entire junior advisory board is just made out of kids, including me before. But now I just volunteer and I really appreciate it if you donate it.
That's great. How did you get involved in it?
So I used to do like food drives. I did some with my dad, and then I did some with my mom, and then my mom introduced me to this one to be on the board of the juniors. And then just went from there, and I started volunteering.
Awesome. So it's cool because on my interviews, every time I do an interview, we try and raise money for a specific charity. But it's cool that like this one you're actually a part of, you work with, so it's really dear to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it is.
So if you guys want to donate out there, you can by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you to the Joshua's Heart Foundation. So yeah, we appreciate the support. So I have a crazy, before we get into it, I have a crazy story to tell you. Like, yeah. It is the weirdest coincidence ever. So today, literally today, I'm on Netflix and I'm like looking around for a movie, right? Just to start, nothing like I'm not like sitting down to watch the whole thing, but just to start. So I just see Netflix and like one of the first things that pops up is a movie. I don't know what it's about, called Tall Girl.
Yeah.
So I put it on and then I watch it. I had no idea that you were in it. And then I see you and I'm like, what? And it's crazy because I'm talking to you today.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember doing that. That was so long ago. Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. I forgot about it.
Yeah, it was just such a coincidence. I had to pause on it and search it up. I was like, because I didn't know that you were in it. So it was just really funny. Very funny, very funny. Is that how many Netflix projects are you in?
I think this is the third one, I'm pretty sure. So it's Tall Girl, then Sweet Girl, and then Cobra Kai.
Okay, cool. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I still see you good. So season 4 has definitely, the fan reception has been wild. It's been insane. I'm sure you've gotten a lot of fan response, ever since it came out. So what has that been like for you?
So basically like at first I was kind of overwhelmed because I wasn't really expecting like overnight to have like all these people following me, and like I was like, oh, what's going on? And then I think now like I'm more used to it and everything, but like I went from like a drastic amount of followers overnight. And I get all these like DMs of everything, and they're super sweet and super nice. And I respond to some of them, and I'm like, it's just so excited to see people love Leah and me as an actress. So
yeah. Do you remember how many followers you had before season 4 and then after?
I'm gonna say I had like I know it's 1,000, the 3,000, 6,000, something like that. Um, but now like definitely different and changed, and I was really excited for it actually.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like you saw it happen when the show also went from YouTube to Netflix. Like the actors like Sholo and Tanner and Mary, they had a lot of followers, but now they're in the millions. They're worldwide. So
Yeah, it definitely changed.
yeah, and I'm sure when season 5 comes out, it'll only get more and more.
Yeah, thank you.
So, um, what did you think of season 4? Like as a fan when you watched it for the first time?
Yeah, so actually, you know how it was like I was already a fan before I auditioned and everything. So I was really excited to see what happened because I didn't know everything because I knew all like the episodes pertaining to me, like the episodes that I was in and Leah was in. But I was really excited to see because I didn't know the ending. I definitely did not know the ending, so I was really excited by that.
Like who won the tournament and all
I
that?
didn't know who won the tournament. I didn't know. Spoiler: Chris was arrested. I was like,
What?
I know. I didn't know that. I was like, oh my god.
That's probably better though, right? Because you got
Yeah,
to enjoy it.
I did get to enjoy it more as a fan, not knowing all this stuff.
Did you watch it on when it first premiered on December 31st?
I think I watched it the day before, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
The day before?
yeah, like the day before it released, like I got like to see the episodes. But like,
Oh.
was it the first episode that I watched the day before, or all of it? I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah,
Did you watch all of it at once?
no, I remember watching the first episode first and then continuing everything.
And then you just watched the whole Yeah, I was up at 3 a.m. watching it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was very it's like the tradition because I'm in the East Coast, so it releases at 3 a.m., which is
Yeah,
like very, very, very tough. But like once you're watching it, it doesn't matter.
it was worth it.
Oh, it was so worth it. It was so good. And I was just like, I was blindsided by like that whole middle school arc. I was just shocked by it because, we knew there were going to be new characters like Kenny. We knew Anthony was going to get a big role, but I didn't really think that like those two like would like coincide. And then to see your character brought in like that, it was that basketball scene, that first scene. It was
Yeah.
so good. So what if your friends and family said about your role in the show?
Well, my family's really supportive, and I appreciate them for that. And basically, I went to school like a day after, whatever, whenever it was, and then I had people like just asking me about it constantly. Now it's calmed down, thank God. But
Yeah.
people were just asking me about it constantly, which is like kind of funny, like it's just so strange to go to school after that.
Do they say like any of the lines or any of the
A lot of them try to get me to say the lines, and I'm like, "Please, I don't remember the entire script. I'm sorry."
it's like in gym class, you're playing basketball and they all want to like, Leah, I'm open.
Basketball skills.
Yeah, well, yeah. So wait, so going to that, you have you ever played basketball?
Well, I have. I do know the rules of basketball. I'm familiar with the game. I'm not the greatest at it. Let's say, me and basketball are just like not a match. But movie magic made it seem like Leah was really good at basketball. I was impressed by my own skills.
Yeah, so what was it like filming that and having to do all that?
So that was my first scene. So I was playing and I hadn't met anyone yet, so it was really funny for that to be my first scene, me fumbling with the basketball and not knowing anyone else. So it was almost kind of like strange because that was like my first impression, which is not the greatest, but it was really fun. I mean, like I just had fun with it.
That's so cool. So I asked Dallas this in his interview. Were there any because we saw you take a jump shot. Were there any moves, any basketball moves that you did that got cut from the final product?
It was like they made us like shoot like they shot like all of us just playing basketball for a really long time, and they would be like cut here and everything. But they would just say to play the game, and then they would like stop and be like, okay, shoot now. And then I did, and then I missed. But then I don't know. And then I think afterwards they like shot it actually going into the hoop, so they edited it together somehow. But yeah.
Yeah. Did you make any? How many shots did you take, and did you make any of them?
I don't remember how many shots I took. I took a lot. I don't think I made any.
So that's cool. They recorded it like you were just playing.
Yeah, yeah.
So they didn't tell you like specifically go here, do this.
They staged a little bit like, oh, here, go over here, and then move over here, and then everything, and then come in and say your line and everything. But it was more just like regular playing.
Okay. Yeah, like Leah was definitely like when she's like, "Come on, Aunt, let's finish the game." Like she seemed like a baller.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Yeah.
So it'd be cool because I know Kenny in episode 7, you know, he when he was signing that the sheet on the bulletin board, you know, when like this was right after Leah was talking to Anthony, it said basketball tryouts. So we see Kenny signing up for basketball tryouts. Do you think Leah's good enough to make the basketball team?
I think Leah's good enough to be the basketball team. Maybe even the captain. Not gonna lie, I think Leah's pretty good at it. I think that it was like trying to highlight that she's like athletic and everything. But yeah, not me.
Do you play any sports?
I used to do kickboxing. I kind of
Oh.
want to get back into it. So yeah, I do have a punching bag in my room. Fun fact. So yeah.
Oh wow, that's perfect for this show.
Yeah, I know, surprisingly.
Do John, Josh, and Hayden know about that?
I actually don't think so. I mean, I haven't told a lot of people just because it's just so random. But yeah.
Oh, you gotta definitely like post it, send it to them. Like, guys, like just saying, you know, I
I
kind
do
of
kickboxing.
I kind of do kickboxing. Like, you know, if you ever want to put me in a dojo,
Yeah.
show off your skills.
You know, I might. I might.
You should. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, so I did it like last year, and then well, I did it before COVID happened actually. And then I took a break, and then COVID happened. And I was like, oh, fun. So then I went to like the store, and I got a punching bag with my dad. And then I put it in my room, and I've just practiced in my room ever since.
And do you take lessons or
I
just
used to take lessons before COVID, and then now I just do like tutorials online and everything. So
and you're still keeping up with it?
yeah, every now and then, it's really good like stress release, you know.
Yeah. I definitely want to. I got like one of those punching bags with the water, you know.
Oh yeah, that's the one I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine, like when I did it, let's just say like a lot of water got everywhere. So
I believe you. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't that easy. So I'm still on the look for another punching bag.
Yeah, those are difficult, definitely.
Yeah. Did Cobra Kai, like, you know, being in the show and watching it, did that kind of inspire you more with the kickboxing?
Actually, I did kickboxing before I watched Cobra Kai, and then you know, that's just what happened.
Yeah. So you said you were a fan of Cobra Kai before you got the role.
Yeah. So funny story. I was like on season 2, I believe. And I was watching it with my mom, and then I got the audition for it, and then I was like, "Oh, what a coincidence! I'm literally watching the show right now." So I did it anyway, and then I just had fun with it because I was already a fan of the show. And then when I think I got the call when I booked it, when I had finished watching all the seasons of the show already, so I was like, "Perfect, I'm ready."
Oh, wait, so you had just finished before you got the role.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if I finished season 2 or season 3, but I finished something, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm so ready for this."
So when did you start watching? Like around like winter of last year?
I think so. Definitely last year. Not sure when exactly.
Wait, did you finish the show before getting the role or
I'm not sure if I finished season 2 or 3 before I finished the show. I finished one of them. Definitely.
okay. Okay, cool. So how you found out about the show from your mom, you said?
Yeah, we had just started watching it because it was on Netflix, and I had already watched The Karate Kid, so I was like, like fun show to watch.
That's so funny. And how did you get the role?
Oh, so actually, it was kind of a different casting process because I mean, I did the audition like regular and everything, and then usually, you know, you get the callbacks and all that process, but it was just I did the audition, and then it took a while, and then I got the call that I booked it, and I was like, oh, okay, perfect.
Did you do a videotape?
Yeah, I did a self tape. Actually, right here, if you can tell.
Oh,
But yeah, so I did the self tape and then I just sent it in and then waited and then they just told me I got it. So I was like, yeah.
well, you said you had a callback though.
No, I didn't. That
Oh,
was the
you didn't
sweetest.
have a callback.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome. So then how long after you found out did you go to Atlanta?
Ooh, I have no idea. I actually don't remember. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because for us, like the fans, it's like season 4 came out a month ago. So it's like all this is so fresh, but you filmed it a year ago.
Yeah, I believe you maybe. Yeah, no, it's crazy because then I get to remember all these memories from long ago.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you remember how long you were because you were introduced early in the show, episode 2, and then you were there up until pretty late, episode 7. Do you remember how long you actually were filming for your scenes?
Oh, I know I went twice. Like I came back to my house and then I went again. Do I remember how many days I was there? I don't really remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But you didn't stay in Atlanta. You went back and forth.
I did for a while and then like went back home and then stayed there again for a while and then went back home.
Okay. How'd you like it over there?
I like it a lot actually. Like it's like really nice place.
Yeah.
And the weather is so much nicer over there, I have to say.
In Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I thought it was like really cold over there.
I mean, I kind of like the cold, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay.
I'm just so used to the hot all the time, so it was really nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's funny because, especially season 2 of Cobra
Mhm.
Kai, it takes place in the summer, and, really, in reality, it's, like, freezing over there. So it's like you see it's summertime, but they're all, like, in these jackets. You see the smoke coming out of their mouths.
Yeah, no, definitely. Shooting in the cold is definitely difficult.
Yeah. Um, so were you said you were a fan of the Karate Kid movies, before too, right?
Yeah.
So, do you remember your first experience watching Karate Kid? Like, what made you fall in love with it?
I was okay, so I was in my house with my dad, and then he put on because I think it was just like on a random channel on a TV on the TV. So then we were watching it together because he told me it was an old movie that he liked. And then we were watching it, and it was just like a father-daughter bonding moment. And then yeah, no, and then we watched the second one and everything, and I just watched all of them, and I watched I think the fourth one with my mom actually, and then Karate Kid.
Okay, so you saw all of
Oh,
them.
Cobra Kai. I meant then Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, I got what you mean. So you saw all the movies, all the Karate Kids?
Yeah, I think I'm missing one. I have to figure out which one it is, but yeah.
Did you watch, Karate Kid 3 with Terry Silver?
I think that's the one I'm missing.
Oh.
So.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, because I heard he I've like seen some scenes of Silver, of course, and then I see how like he was almost like evil in that movie. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was very, very evil. And it's like he even references in Cobra Kai episode 1. He's like I was like so hopped up on cocaine that I was spending months terrorizing a teenager over a karate tournament. So
Yeah, yeah. So I definitely have to go back and watch it.
yeah, I think you should check that one out. You'll like that. And then also there's some other characters, Mike Barnes,
Mhm.
Jessica Andrews, other characters that were in that movie that a lot of people think, might come in season 5 or in the future. So it'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you saw Karate Kid Part 2 though?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
So what did you think like when Daniel went to Okinawa and seeing all that?
I thought that was so cool. I was so like happy that they like brought in the second movie because that was such a cool like arc in the wait, is it trilogy? What do you say when it's four?
Quadruple G. I'm just making that up.
Quadruple. That's
Quadruple G.
yeah, so I think it was really cool that they like brought it all together and brought all these old characters back.
Yeah, that's what's so great about the show, like all the references and the Easter eggs. Is there any in particular that you picked up on? I know there's the one that yeah, you've heard it countless times.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
do people like I wonder, do people like message you like thinking that they came up with it and it's like the most like, "Oh, Milena, guess what? Guess what? Your name is actually the same letters as Allie."
Yeah, I got a lot of those DMs like right when the show came out. They'd be like, "Did you know that if you rearrange the letters of your name, it's Allie?" And I was like, "You know what? Okay, the first DM I got like that, I actually didn't know. That's actually my fault. I did not know. For this entire time, I thought that Allie was spelled with ALY. And then when they told me it was Leah, I was like, oh my god, they're actually so smart. And then now I see people getting like DMing me every single day.
Yeah, I saw it after I finished season 4. So like when I watched it for the first time, I guess also because like you're hearing the name and not seeing
Yeah.
it on paper, I didn't think of that. But then I saw it, I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah.
So how does that feel like to be like, because you are like, first it was in Karate Kid, it was Elizabeth Shue,
Mhm.
Allie. And then in Cobra Kai, like, in the beginning, it was like Sam was there was Robbie, Miguel, Sam. And now it's like you're the next generation of Allie. So what does that feel like?
I think it's really cool. I love to see that it's like coming back again, like because it's a really like important trope in the Karate Kid. And I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. That's some cool company to be around.
Yeah.
So before season 4, your character was, or at least you like were announced to be in the show, but a lot of us didn't know like what role you would be playing. So I'm curious, like, what did anyone like, propose any theories of like what your character could be?
Yeah. So I saw a lot of theories, especially like on YouTube. People would be like, "Oh my God, Milena, did you see that you're in this YouTube video?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." And it'll just be like my face edited on like 3 different dojo outfits. And I was like, "Okay, well, those are some theories." Like, and then they would like see people in the trailer, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, it's not Milena," and I was like, "No," but okay. But I didn't see any like. I saw a lot about the what's it called? Being there goes my other light. Like being oh my god, why can't I remember Julie Pierce? Julie Pierce's
Yes.
like, daughter and everything. I see a lot of that, definitely.
Was that the main one?
Yeah, I saw I saw so many of that. I also get DMs about that a lot.
Are people still convinced that you're Julie Pierce's daughter?
You know, I saw one today, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Today you got a message.
Yeah, I saw one, and I saw one of my posts on my Explore page. I saw.
Oh my god. Yeah, people want to it's funny because like people will like go as far as saying like, Miguel is Terry Silver's son or
Yeah, I see it. Oh my god, yeah, I see so
all.
many of those.
But at the same time, it's not, I wouldn't say it's too unrealistic to put like you as Julie Pierce's daughter because you're a new character. So,
That's true, yeah. And I think I see it. It's the bangs. I think so.
yes, 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 definitely the bangs. Were there any other like characters that maybe people thought you were related to?
I saw a lot of being like Sholo's younger sister, like, and I was like, maybe we would have seen if Sholo had a younger sister. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog.
That's all right. I have a dog too, so I get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is he enjoying the interview?
I guess so. He's applauding.
Okay, cool. What's your dog's name?
Cooper. He's pretty old. He's like 12.
Oh wow, what kind of dog?
He's a dachshund, a wire hair dachshund. Oh my god, here he is. Hold on.
Yeah. Aw.
He's like a little messy right now, but I don't know why he's working.
Yeah, he wanted to be in the interview.
Yeah, he wanted to be spotlighted.
Yeah, I'll interview him next week.
Perfect.
So, okay, so one of the biggest storylines in season 4, as we were talking about, was the middle school arc. I feel like that storyline was really, it just surprised me how big of a storyline it was, and it was so awesome. Just jumping right into that basketball scene, just all of it. So, like, what did you think? As a fan of the show, and just being a part of it, what do you think of the inclusion of like the middle school storyline with your character, and why do you think like it was important to include this season?
I think being like being with a younger audience, and reaching out to a younger audience, especially with the middle schoolers. And then transitioning to high school, which is a whole different thing that hasn't been highlighted in Cobra Kai yet, which is very difficult for a lot of people. I know I'm now a freshman in high school, so I know that transition and everything. It's difficult. And I'm glad that they're like representing it. I also think like with all the, like the bullying arc that they had, I think it's like important to highlight that, bring awareness to it.
Yeah. So you're literally in Leah's situation, going from middle school to high school.
Yeah, it's my freshman year.
That's so cool. That's awesome. I'm curious, when did you first start acting, and what made you realize that you wanted to pursue it as a career?
So everything I did when I was little, and then I did commercials and everything. I think when I wanted to start doing actually acting was when I booked my first TV show. I think I was around, was I 8? Something very young, like 10 maybe. And then I started doing that, and I fell in love with being on set and acting with kids my age, people older. And I think it's just I saw a lot of like old movies when I was little. Audrey Hepburn, one of my favorite actresses. So I saw a lot of her movies and I fell in love with her acting. And then here I am.
So was it something that you brought up to your parents, or did they kind of put you on that path?
So I was already doing like a lot of commercial stuff. So I already like was like working with my mom and like being like, oh, doing this commercial and whatnot. But then I started getting auditions for like TV and film stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And now that's all I do. Yeah.
So as someone who's still very young in the industry, is like your mom coming with you to all your different projects?
Yeah, I think legally, because I'm a minor still.
Yeah.
My mom or like a guardian has to come with me and everything. But yeah.
So what was it like having her on set of Cobra Kai? Did she get to actually see you film?
Yeah, I don't think she was there for a lot of scenes, but sometimes she would be like in the background and I'd give her like a stare and just like continue. But yeah, no, she was there for some of them, I remember.
That must be nice, especially like at first, joining the show, not really knowing anyone. You had her, right?
That's true. Especially traveling, because like I don't live in Atlanta and everything, so I definitely have to have someone there.
Yeah. So did you, when you got to set, did you not know anybody?
No, I did not know anyone. It was definitely like all new, and especially filming during COVID, it was extremely different because that was the first set I'd been on since COVID. But it was really safe overall, so I was glad.
Yeah. And so when you got the role, did you contact John, Josh, and Hayden? Did they contact you, or did you meet them on set for the first time?
So I know they were on set and everything. I want to say that like I got like emails and everything between like crew and everything telling us all the COVID protocols and everything and all the instructions and just welcoming us to the show and everything. But I don't think I ever actually met them until set.
Yeah. That must have been tough, like during COVID. Like I'm sure there was a lot of like mandates, like, right, like no masks or you have to wear your mask unless you're filming, right?
Yeah, it would be like you would film and then it'd be like mask on, shield on, and then it'd like be like, okay, we're gonna start. So take off the mask and everything off and then action. So it was very difficult, but yeah. And then all the COVID tests I had to do. I think by now I've had to have like at least 50 COVID tests done on me. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like just everything. Yeah.
So how often did you get tested on set?
For Cobra Kai, I think I want to say it was like every other day or something like that. Something like that.
Was it like the rapid?
I'm pretty sure it was the rapid. So like they would like do the nose thing and then they'd give me a result the next day.
Yeah. That was my like, especially like when, we found out like Cobra Kai season 4 was going to be filming. I was so excited for it, but also in my head, I'm like, we're still in this pandemic. Like, I don't know, like how it's going to work. I was a little worried, like, are they going to have to change some things for the story, but it was so awesome that like they were able to still do, because your scenes had a ton of kids,
Yeah.
so that was great that they were able to get that. And then even the tournament, they had a lot of people. So was it like when you got there, was it very routine, like how they would do it?
Yeah, I think they already gotten it down, so I was really glad just to be like already in the regular routine. So then yeah, I just got COVID tested, and then I would, go back to my hotel and everything, and then but it was very like I don't want to say normal, but it was just like pretty usual for them.
Was it hard to like recognize people like with the mask, or were you able to recognize like who was who right away?
I did recognize most people. For some people, then when I saw them with their mask off, I was like, oh my god, it's them. But yeah.
So your first day of set, you met Griffin and Dallas, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Now I'm trying to think. I think so. I remember. I remember meeting Jacob in the makeup trailer.
Oh,
Or was it hair, makeup? One of them. I think it was hair. So I was meeting him. I remember meeting him before anyone, I think. So yeah.
was he getting his mohawk done?
I believe so, but he hadn't had anything done yet. So I was like just sitting in the chair next to him.
Were you like talking to him? Did you tell him who you were playing?
Yeah, we had like a talk about it. I was like, he's super nice. I was really excited that was like the first person I met because they were very welcoming.
Yeah, he's I've seen so many interviews with him. He's such a nice guy. Definitely very different than Hawk.
Yeah, definitely.
So you met Jacob, and we know everyone you worked with, but who else from like the cast who you didn't work with did you get to meet?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. I met Tanner, but like I just saw him in passing, so I was like, I looked over and he was like sitting on the stairs of like a trailer, and I was like, oh. And then I met Sholo, and I literally met him, and I was starstruck because I was like already a fan of the show and everything, so I was just like, hi, hello. But he was very nice, anyways. And then I saw William just walking. And then who else did I meet? Oh, I saw Peyton because we were like riding together on one of the vans and everything. So I saw her, and she was very nice too. Trying to think of everyone else I met. I'm not sure. I mean, those are the ones I remember for now.
Did you get to meet or see Martin Kove or Thomas Ian Griffith?
I didn't. I was so sad.
Yeah, I know, especially with Thomas being like the big new character.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that, because there were some leaks that got out before season 4. It's amazing that nothing with him got leaked.
Yeah, I mean, I was like surprised because I knew some, but with everything that happens at the end of the show, I was very surprised.
Did you know that he was going to be on the show though when you were filming?
I did know, and that is honestly just because I was, I think, in the hair trailer, and I saw a picture of him, and they were talking about Silver, and I was like, oh, okay, put 2 and 2 together.
That's so cool. That's a fun way to find out.
Yeah, and then I was like, everything in the scripts kind of makes a lot more sense now.
Like what parts?
Like they would talk about Silver, and they would talk about like this new sensei, and I'm like, oh, interesting, and then now it makes sense.
Yeah. So you got to see a little more of like not just your scenes. You saw.
Yeah, I saw like my episodes. So then I would just see stuff and I'd be like, oh, interesting.
And so you saw all that stuff with Daniel and Johnny in episode 2, right? Training each other.
Yeah, I did. And it came out very funny, I have to say. Like, seeing it on the script is different than actually seeing it live. I mean, on your TV.
Yeah, that's a good point. So what specific things did you see in the script? You read it and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then we watched it on screen and blew you away.
So I remembered like the scene with like all the kids from the middle school, well, like the bullies and everything, with Griffin and Dallas and Alex and everyone, and Brock, who were doing the fighting scene in the library. That was really cool to see. Like, because I remember because I was on set that day. I remember seeing a video because I had left the library right before they were filming it. I was so sad. I wanted to see it. But it was really cool because you're seeing all these people you worked with like thrown across bookshelves and everything.
It was like a middle school horror movie.
I know, it was like the lights and everything, and I was like, oh my god.
It went from like Cobra Kai to like this just like dark, like Kenny beating up everybody.
Yeah, definitely. It was like really fun to see though.
So speaking of like, like the fight scenes, I know there was like, I think for the basketball scene, maybe you could confirm this. When Kenny blocked Anthony, was that a stunt double for Anthony? Do you remember that? Were there any stunt doubles there?
I actually don't remember for that scene. I remember definitely for the fight scene in the library, they had stunt doubles, which is kind of creepy seeing all these people like double and everything. But I don't remember. I want to say yes, but I also don't know. So
it is funny when you think about it that like middle schoolers, like they'll have like maybe a 30-year-old stunt double. Like
adults playing stunt doubles, but then it's like so crazy to see how they look alike. Like you could see them from the back and not tell the difference.
Yeah. Like there's gonna be moments where you like pause on it and you could kind of tell, but overall they do a really good job at it.
Exactly, yeah.
So because you do kickboxing, because you're into that, if the role were presented, if John, Josh, and Hayden said like, hey Malena, we're thinking about having Leah get into karate, join the dojo war, like how would you react to that?
I would be excited for Leah. I feel like anything Leah does would just be exciting. I think she's a really cool character in general, and I would love to see her do anything.
Yeah. Her character arc in episode 7, I honestly thought that when she like, asked Anthony about the fair and then like was like Kenny's gonna go, I thought we were gonna get something there. I thought we were gonna actually see that scene. Did that go through your mind at all?
Yeah, I did think about it. I was like, I wonder if we're gonna see them at the fair or if Anthony's gonna go and everything. But we didn't, but I think it would be fun to see.
Yeah. Well, I think like by the end of season 4, they technically already went. We just didn't see it.
Yeah. So, I think it would have been a really cool, interesting scene though to see if Anthony and Kenny were getting along.
I think so too, and I think obviously there's still room in the future. So, but Leah didn't really her story didn't really. There was no conclusion with that. So, I was just I was like, huh? Like what's happening there? But hopefully that's something that is resolved in the future. But what do you think if that fair scene, what do you think happened at that scene?
I wonder if Anthony even decided to go. I feel like he would have said no, but at the same time, maybe he would have wanted to go to see Leah. So I feel like it just would have been really tense. I would feel bad for Leah if I were in a situation,
Do you think Leah's like aware that Anthony and Kenny both like her?
Honestly, she could either be super oblivious or just really good at hiding it,
Yeah. Well, she said to Anthony, it would be great to be friends again, but maybe she's playing it cool.
Maybe she's playing hard to get. We'll see.
Yeah. I definitely love the connections with each character though. I think with Kenny, I like how, he's the new kid and like right there, like you kind of like you pick on him in like a friendly way kind of.
Yeah.
And then with Anthony, you guys have a past.
Right, yeah. It's like I think their relationships are like super different but similar at the same time because she's like really friendly with both of them. But obviously one of them she has a past with. And the other one it's like this whole new blank slate.
Yeah. So what was it like working with both Dallas and Griffin on your scenes?
I think it's really fun. I really enjoy working with people who are like my age because it's just like a different environment, of course. But like I really love working with older actors, don't get me wrong. But I think that it's just really fun to have someone to relate to,
Yeah. So, with Griffin, you know, you saw him on the show as Anthony, but he didn't really have a big part in the first 3 seasons. So, what was it like being in his like storyline? This was such a big season for him.
Yeah, I was really excited. I was really excited to see Anthony grow into a bigger character because, already watching the show, I was like always wondering what the other LaRusso kid was doing. So I was really excited to see him get a bigger role and everything.
Yeah, they definitely. It was great to see them finally admit that they've been shunning him the whole the whole show. It's like, did you know that was Julia Macchio, by the way, playing the therapist?
I didn't find that out till later on. I was watching it and then I figured it out. And but I think that's really cool.
It's so awesome. Imagine like you're acting with your parents and then you're telling your parents why they're bad parents.
That's actually really funny. It would be like a little moron.
It's like she's literally telling them like, why do you think you love your daughter more than your son?
That's kind of funny considering,
That's her dad.
Yeah.
It was great. I remember, I think like, you know, she had a couple scenes. Like the first scene, she was arguing with Louis, and the focus wasn't really on her, so I didn't really see her too well. And then the second scene, I'm like watching, I'm like, is that Julia Macchio? And I'm like, of course they bring them in. Is anyone in your family do acting?
No, actually, I'm the only actress in the family. Yeah, so everyone else has different interests.
Okay. And any creative, are they doing anything creatively?
My sister is very, very good at art. But we're both like we do art and we do painting and everything. But she's also very into politics, so I wouldn't say that much into the acting realm or anything. But so far, I'm definitely the only actress.
I was gonna say, like, if like anybody else in your family was an actor or actress, they could like make a cameo.
That would be really funny, though.
Yeah, they play Leah's friend or something. So, we talked about your audition, but I'm curious, what scene did you audition with for the show?
Oh, I auditioned with the basketball scene, but not like me playing basketball, like the actual dialogue with that. Looking back, I feel like they chose that because it was both Anthony and Kenny in one scene to see how I interact with them.
So that was the only scene you did?
Think so. Yeah, I think so.
How many lines did you have? Oh, you said you talked to Anthony like so it wasn't like that big of a scene, right?
Yeah, I was it was really short. I sent it in, and that's why I was like really surprised later on when I was like, "Oh, I booked it. Fun, we're going to Atlanta."
So I guess it's like in a way it's good because okay, there's not that many lines. I can like really perfect these, but it's also like there's not that many lines. I have to get these exactly right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like with the shorter scenes and everything, you have to bring like variety or something because there's not that much dialogue to bring.
Yeah, yeah. You had to really like kind of prove yourself within those short lines. So, did you get like a character description for Leah?
Yeah, it was like she's cool. It was basically just what Leah would be like as like a cool middle schooler.
And how did you try and approach that like different from yourself in real life?
Yeah, I felt like Leah was very similar to how I am. I just feel like she would be me if I were a little younger, because she's still in middle school. But I don't know. I tried to bring her to be a little more cool, a little more like chill with everyone because she seems like someone that's liked by everyone else. So I just tried to bring the likability.
Yeah, she has like that confidence to her.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say you're similar to Leah in that case?
Yeah, I would say I'm similar in our like personality types and everything.
Yeah. She has like a good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when and where were you when you found out you got the role?
I think I was in this room. my mom just came up to me and she was like, "Guess what?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Oh, you booked Cobra Kai," and I was like, "Oh my god!" But it was like very like it was just a chill day, and then she just came into my room and asked me what, like, guess what?
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Cobra Kai, you were a fan of the show, you were a fan of the movies. It's a very it was a very well established show when you were joining. So I'm sure there must have been some pressure to that. Were you nervous at all joining this show that was so successful?
I I was a little nervous beforehand because I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I gotta bring it," and but I was overall more excited to be on the show because I was like, I get to meet all these people. I get to be on this set. And I had been in quarantine COVID for so long that I was so excited to leave. And then I think it was just really like exhilarating, if anything.
Yeah. And did any of the cast or crew, considering you were a new character, did any of them in particular guide you or show you the ropes?
So I got like a bunch of crew just telling me like all this stuff and how it worked and everything because like every set's somehow different. And then I had been there in Atlanta a little while beforehand because COVID tests and everything waiting. And then when I just showed up and I shot my scene and then I got to know everyone.
Cobra Kai season 4, one of the biggest themes, especially with your storyline, is bullying. So I'm curious, like, have you ever experienced bullying, or like, do you know anyone who's ever experienced that? Have you ever been in that situation similar to what we saw?
Yeah, I mean, what we saw was like very extreme and I felt really bad. And I think bringing awareness to that is obviously really important. I personally haven't been in an extreme bullying situation like that. But being like in school, especially in high school, like not only do you like sometimes see that unfortunately, but also like in other schools, I get friends telling me like stuff that happens at their schools, which is like extremely bad. And like I'm so glad that people are starting to like see it more.
Yeah, I think it was very interesting to, they've explored that in the past, but it was interesting to explore it with the younger kids.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you always see the high school bullying trope, but like, how about before that? It starts even younger, sadly.
Yeah. So no one's ever put milk in your locker, and
no, they haven't. I'm so glad they haven't. Also, how did they get in there? I don't know. I get a lot of questions about that. Like, how did they get in there? I have no idea.
It's funny because I'm sure like John, Josh, and Hayden, when they were writing that, they knew it kind of like logistically it made no sense. They just still wanted to do it.
It was just really funny. I remember hearing about that scene and I was like, that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, Dallas said that, because like, the milk would get everywhere after it was done. Like they only had one shot to do it. If he had messed up anything, the whole thing would have been ruined. And he only had like 5 minutes to film.
Oh my God. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And I know sometimes for some scenes they'll film it multiple times to get the camera like behind this person and this person. So when you were filming your scenes, like how many times did you have to do the scenes where they were getting different angles?
I remember specifically in where I dropped, like Beowulf the book scene. Yeah. I remember filming that quite a bit, especially with the book, because you'd have to like drop the book in the same spot each time, especially for each angle too. So it was like really difficult. I was like, okay, I gotta drop it now. I gotta drop it, but like be inconspicuous about it, like that was particularly difficult. But I do remember shooting a lot of those.
Yeah. Do you think Leah like purposely dropped the book?
Maybe. He was trying to be cool about it. Like, I want to talk to Anthony,
She even says, whoops.
Whoops. I dropped the book.
Whoops. So going back to the bullying thing, I'm also curious, do you have any advice for people, who have been bullied or picked on?
I think telling someone you trust is like the most important part. So you can like really get help with that because especially you can see in the show, it's like a really severe situation of bullying. Telling someone you trust, getting help with it, because you're not alone.
And do you think Leah had any idea of what was going on?
You know, I feel like Leah is kind of being oblivious right now. I mean, she's like not seeing this feud between the two of them. Maybe she'll see it, but you know, I think that she really needs to start paying a little more attention.
Yeah, she's like in her own world.
Yeah.
It's like, because also I'm curious, like, you know, because Zach posted the TikTok of the milk thing and then Anthony's friend. So I was like, does Leah have TikTok? Did she see that?
Is Leah looking at this?
Does Leah see that Anthony's friend is doing this? So Leah didn't know that you don't think Leah knew about like the milk thing, that like even if Anthony didn't do it, did she have any idea that Kenny was being picked on or didn't really have any friends?
I feel like if Leah did know, all the more reason for her to try to be friends with him, which I appreciate, Leah. But if she didn't know, then she was just generally being nice and friendly like she is.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about her character because, you know, Kenny, you know, even at the library, you know, he's sitting by himself, doesn't really have any friends. So I think, you know, she's someone who has a lot of friends. She saw that and wanted to sit with them.
No.
Is that like, would you say like that would be, is that like similar to you in real life? Like,
Yeah, I think just like being kind to everyone. You don't know their situation, you don't know what they're going through, and you just have to be nice to everyone because, like, it's a good thing to do.
yeah, exactly. Be nice to everyone because you never know if they're like in a warring karate dojo, getting bullied, milk coming out of the lockers, all that.
Yeah, exactly. You see?
Yeah, exactly. So, with season 4, because you didn't know everything and some things came as a surprise. So you said that the tournament came as a surprise. Were there any other big surprises that you didn't know about when you watched the show?
Ooh. Griffin and Dallas kept hinting at this one thing. They're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a big thing at the end. And I was like, okay, what is it? And they wouldn't say it. So that huge like fist fight, or like Dallas beating up well, Griffin kind of. But like that came as a total surprise. I was like, oh, well, I mean, not total because I knew something was gonna happen, but definitely I did not expect to see, you know, Kenny beating him up.
Get ready for high school next year. It's gonna be in a world of pain now. I love
that was so scary. I was like, oh my god.
He was scary. He was scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, see the two people you were working with already, like in that fight. I was like, oh, I wonder what it was like behind the scenes.
Dallas said that there were a couple times where they were laughing.
Yeah.
Doing it. And also the thing where he grabbed his jaw, that was that they came up with that.
That is so awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, so originally like Dallas was just gonna lean down to him and just say it, but he grabbed his jaw and then he said something so funny. Dallas was like, so he grabbed his jaw, did the scene, he got really into character, and then after they finished filming, Griffin went up to him and was like, yo, dog, like I gotta be honest, like you grabbed my jaw so hard that like really hurt.
That's really funny. I mean, well, I would imagine, yeah, that seemed like an intense scene.
Got into character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did a great job, and that arc I think was amazing.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah.
My big theory is that, you know, before the end of the show, like the whole show, we're gonna get one more tournament, and it's gonna be with the younger kids. So like Kenny, Anthony, and then also maybe Leah. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. So then it's like those kids are competing. They're the main ones of the dojo since all the other kids are over 18. You know, they're not able to compete, but now they're senseis.
Oh, that would be so fun. That's really cool.
What would you say was like the most memorable behind the scenes moment, you know, when you weren't filming?
Huh. I remember, okay, there was this one moment before I was gonna film, like right before they said action. We were, you know, that one scene where I'm like, strawberry ghost, you have like strawberry jam on your shirt. So that one, I was with Kenny, obviously, or not Kenny, out of character. I was in Dallas. And he was like, okay, well, this is your moment to shine, because I think that was like one on one scene, and one where I had the most lines and everything. So he was like, "This is your moment," and I was like, "Okay, no pressure. Now I'm ready." And I think that like boosted my confidence a little bit and like wanted to make me perform better.
Yeah. Are you this relates to that. Are you a music fan?
I am a music fan. Yeah, a lot of different genres of music.
Okay. Like what genres?
Oh, I do most except country. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't
Oh, hey, that's nothing wrong with that.
So I do a lot. I have a Riot Girl like entire playlist. I'm into a lot of like classic rock. I had a classic rock phase intensely. And like I love Elton John's music.
Yes.
I remember going to his concert. It was like one of my Christmas gifts one year, and I was so excited. I'm into K-pop too. What else? What else? I'm trying to like think of all the genres. My favorite artist right now it's Mitski. I love her. Just just a lot of stuff. Just everything.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Any songs like since you're into classic rock, any songs from Cobra Kai that you really enjoy?
Oh my god, I have to look back because I sometimes I see people are like making the Cobra Kai soundtrack playlist, so I have to go look at them. But overall, I think classic rock's just like special to me. Like any song, I was a big Queen. I had a big Queen phase. So I love Queen. I love all their songs. So basically, any of those songs are my favorites.
There's a lot of Queen in Cobra Kai.
hmm
How about Bon Jovi?
Ooh, I was listening to Bon Jovi today, actually.
No way.
Yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yes.
So yeah, but yeah, definitely a big fan.
That's my favorite song of all time. Wanted It or Alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a coincidence.
So my one wish has been Bon Jovi. I want a Bon Jovi song in Cobra Kai.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
I was like, because Bon Jovi's my favorite artist, so put that in Cobra Kai and boom.
That would be so awesome.
I'm hoping. And we need an Elton John song in there too.
Yes. Oh my god, please.
Tiny Dancer or something.
Literally, anything. I would be happy with anything.
So speaking of music, the scenes that you're in, are you familiar with Zach Robinson and Leo Berenberg's score? They have like that theme that plays like during your scenes, like it was titled Basketball. It was like it's kind of like the upbeat like synthesizer 80s. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have never noticed that, but now I want to go back and look at it. I want to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, so when you go back, the basketball scene, the scene where you drop your books, and the scene where you talk to Dallas Kenny about Ghost Boy.
Yeah.
Those three scenes have like a theme called it's like they have the same theme, and it's one of my favorite themes of all time, and it's kind of like the Leah like Kenny Anthony theme. So like in a way you kind of have your own musical theme.
That is so awesome. I'm definitely gonna go look at that after this. Like I'm really interested.
Yeah, go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very upbeat.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so if you could play any other character other than Leah in Cobra Kai, who would you play and why? And just name anybody.
Silver.
Yes.
Definitely. His character arc is like insane. I love it so much.
So you wanna play a villain?
Villains are my favorite characters to play. Being honest. I mean, not that I'm a villain in real life, but they are so interesting, and like to see their motives, to see their like, oh, maybe I'm good, and then no, I'm bad. Kind of arc that's going on with Silver. That's like really interesting to play and also see on screen.
Have you ever played a bad guy in any of your? Oh, in Tall Girl, you were kind of.
Yeah, I was the mean bully in Tall Girl.
Totally opposite of Leah. That's why it caught me off guard.
Yeah, definitely opposite.
Any other roles where you were kind of evil?
I do a lot of like auditions for like Mean Girls, but those are just like my favorite auditions that I get.
But you want to be like a real villain.
Yeah, the evil ones.
Okay, because in a way, villains don't think that they're the villains. They think they're the good guys.
Exactly. They're like, oh, maybe I just have a different point of view.
Yeah. Is that what fascinates you about it? Like, not just being this evil person, but you're doing these bad things, but as an actor, you're trying to convince people that like you're doing it for your own right reason.
Yeah, I think those kind of morally gray people, or like people who just think they're right, like they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing, or maybe they do, but they just overlook it. Those are just my favorite characters to play because there's so many layers to that.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see you as a villain, especially after seeing Leah, like such a nice character, just to play the total opposite. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you would play Silver. Is he your favorite character in Cobra Kai, or someone else?
I think so far Silver is my favorite. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're really into the bad guys.
I know, and I know he's bad. Listen, I was so angry at some of the stuff he did, but I think he's so interesting that I'm like, I just keep wanting to see more of him.
Yeah. And I thought what was so cool about what they did was in the beginning, he really wasn't that bad. Like he was like, it was crazy because when after the whole sprinkler thing where Miyagi Fang like put the sprinklers on Cobra Kai, Kreese is like, we gotta strike back, and then Silver's like, no, like we opened up Cobra Kai to teach kids how to become winners, not for revenge. Like he kind of came full circle, but then you see he goes back to the evilness later.
I love to see those moments where he's just like battling with like, like he changed and everything from the third movie, of course, and then where he was really evil. And then to see him go back to that, it's like super like, like a roller coaster.
Yeah. A lot of people are asking, like, is he going to be redeemed in the future? But in a way, he was kind of redeemed at the beginning of season 4.
Yeah, like he was already. So
I'm curious, what was your favorite Silver scene in season 4?
Oh, when okay, not when when he beat up Stingray, that was very sad. That was so sad. But when he brought I'm trying to think right now. Oh my god, why can't I remember who he brought in? When he brought in someone to beat up with Kreese, and then Kreese was like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny? Yeah. It was Johnny. So yeah, when he brought in Johnny, and then he was kind of like reverting to being like Kreese's lackey, being like his, like doing whatever for Kreese. I was like, oh, this is so interesting. It's like a new layer to Silver that hasn't been seen. But then he obviously does the opposite and betrays him. But that was also a plot twist.
Yeah, my favorite scene was the Silver beating up Stingray. No. Like, listen. I love Stingray, and I felt very bad for him, but like in terms of like story,
yeah, that was so. Oh my god, I was like, when he was in the hospital, I was like, oh my god, I thought you were dead.
Did you think that was Miguel?
Oh, actually, I think I just thought it was Stingray because I was just like, where is he? Is he still beat up? Is he still there? Like,
yeah. So that ending, because you said you didn't see the script, so you didn't know what was gonna happen. So okay, so you after the tournament, which actually let's talk about the tournament first. Who did you think was gonna win the tournament when you going into it?
I'm trying to think now. I felt like Kenny. I did not expect Kenny and John and Robbie to have that fight. I was like really surprised by it, but also surprised about what Robbie did. So I was like, oh, interesting. I think I did foresee Tori winning, just because I was rooting for Tori. Like, I was like, oh my god, please win, please win. Did it go the way I expected? I think I just didn't know what was gonna happen. I was just like, I needed to know what was gonna happen, but I couldn't guess it.
That's good that you didn't really have any expectations. You were just watching it.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
And in a way, it's probably better for Kenny that Leah wasn't there to see that whole thing. Imagine, like, your crush, you're trying to impress your crush. You get to the quarterfinals, which that's pretty impressive, but then he just, yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, that would have been not so great.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have wanted Leah to see that.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay, so we're talking about Leah maybe turning to karate. So if she were to join a dojo, Cobra Kai, Eagle Fang, or Miyagi Do, which